Hey waves! Welcome back to Breezy's World. Today's video is about breastfeeding. This is not your typical professional breastfeeding one-on-one type of video. This is just a mother of three, just being real and honest and transparent as possible about breastfeeding. Things that they don't tell you, a little advice, and to motivate you guys to continue with this journey, because when we get pregnant, we have this huge goal of being able to breastfeed our child for as long as we can and to have this huge milk supply stored. Unfortunately, things don't go as we plan. I am a mother of three. I have a 4-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 3-month-old baby. I have breastfed all three of my children. My firstborn, I gave him formula and breast milk, but he had more breast milk than formula. My second-born, he has strictly breast milk. He wouldn't take a bottle, so he had nothing but the breast. Luckily, I wasn't working at the time, so I was able to do that. My third baby, my newborn, she has more formula than she has breast milk, and I will tell you why. With my firstborn, once he turned 6 months, I went back to work, and so when I was at work, he was getting formula. When I wasn't at work, he was getting nothing but the breast. With my newborn, I went back to work 6 weeks after I had her. So I basically stayed off until the doctor gave me the okay, saying that I'm healed and everything's okay. I didn't have any milk stored away. I tried to store some milk, and let me tell you what happened. After you feed the baby, you can pump. After a certain amount of time, you can pump. And I had it going, and I would have like one or two bottles in the refrigerator. I was going back to work and I was just so freaking tired, and I'm like, I'm not about to get up and pump. I didn't want to get up to breastfeed the baby. I just wanted to give the baby the bottle, because the thing is, when you breastfeed, the nurses tell you to feed the baby on demand versus bottle feeding them. If you're feeding them with a bottle, they're gonna tell you feed the baby every 2 to 3 hours, because when you give them the bottle, it's easier for them to get to the milk, which causes them to get full faster than they would if they were to feed from the breast. If you pay attention, a baby always falls asleep on the breast when you're breastfeeding them. It's because they have to put in a little bit more work to get to their milk. And I don't know if they get tired from the work, and so they fall asleep. And so that's why the nurses say feed the baby on demand if you're breastfeeding them. Like with my newborn, my family kept telling me, give her formula, because you're not producing enough milk for her. She's hungry all the time. And it wasn't because I wasn't producing enough milk. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not producing milk, because you are producing milk. The more you breastfeed or pump, the more the milk will flow. Like even right now, my breasts have deflated. Completely gone. And I was questioning myself too, and I was like, is she even getting anything, or is she just using me as a pacifier? But because I'm not breastfeeding her as often as I should, to keep my milk constantly flowing, my milk is only producing as she is sucking. So as she is sucking, it is producing, and she is getting milk. She is definitely getting milk. Milk is there. I checked too. Trust me, I checked. The milk is coming as she sucks. The milk is producing and she is feeding. Don't let anyone, because people will tell you in the beginning, oh, your baby is hungry, you need to give the baby formula so the baby won't be hungry. Most of the time, those are people that have never breastfed or never thought about breastfeeding, because a person that has breastfed a baby wouldn't even tell you that. They would tell you, don't go and get formula. You better stick to breastfeeding that baby. I don't care if you have to feed the baby 5 times in the hour. Feed that baby. Do not give up, ladies. Do not give up. It's gonna be hard in the beginning. It's just like with anything that you do in life. In the beginning, it's new. You don't really know what you're doing. You're testing it out. You're trying to learn as you go. And as you constantly do it, you get better at it. But I tell you, I don't have 3 children now, and every time I breastfeed them, and my kids are close in age, but every time I breastfeed, that very first day that I breastfeed a baby, I feel as if I have never done it before. I'm lost. First 2 babies, I even went to a lactation nurse because I thought I wasn't producing. I couldn't get the baby to latch on correctly. It was just a hot mess. But she reassured me, you do have milk in there. And this is how he latched on. Another reason why my third child has more formula than breast milk is because in the beginning, she wasn't latching on correctly. Girlfriend, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad when she sucks. And so my nipples were cracking, and I had never had that before. I mean, sore. They were sore. I can take pain, but that was just pain that I couldn't tolerate, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give her the formula just until my nipples heal. I got too comfortable with just easily making her a bottle, and like during the day I just found it easier to give her a bottle because that would knock her out for a while and she'll be full. Now she is constantly throwing up the formula. She doesn't really spit up the milk when I breastfeed her. When I was growing up, kids would tease other kids if they knew that their mother breastfed them, like, oh, you had a nipple in your mouth, like, you know, some really immature shit. There's so many great benefits with breastfeeding. My first two, I breastfed them until they were about 14 to 16 months. And it was like as soon as I got done breastfeeding them, they started to get sick. So that's a good thing about breastfeeding, is that your baby won't get sick. I made a vlog that I took a newborn to the ER, and I had never had a baby that was sick, so I was really panicking. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And the nurse said to me then, the doctor said to me then, breastfeed the baby. That's the best thing you can give her, is breast milk right now. So do not give up. Do not feel like you are not producing. If you are questioning yourself, you're not very comfortable with anything, don't be ashamed to go to a lactation nurse. It's very quick. You're in it for like 30 minutes. My sister is right there. But yeah, people are going to tell you, give the baby formula, the baby is not feeding enough. No, if you are breastfeeding, you have to breastfeed that baby constantly. So what I have noticed about kids that you breastfeed is that they are attached to your chi-chis. Even my son right now, he's 4 years old, and I catch him sometimes like, I'm like, excuse me, sir, you are 4 years old. Be prepared for them to not be all big and juicy like they were during pregnancy, or, you know, the first couple of months after pregnancy. They will deflate. And if they do, don't think that you don't have milk or you can't produce milk. Keep breastfeeding the baby. The more you breastfeed, the more you will produce. And don't feel bad if you do have to give the baby formula, because there's many different reasons why you may have to give the baby formula. Like for me, I went back to work so soon, I didn't have a milk supply stored, so I had to leave them with something, so I had to leave them with formula. I don't know, there's so many reasons, but do not feel ashamed. If you have any questions, make sure you comment them down below. If you are not a wave of mine yet, what are you doing? Hurry up, subscribe, press the red button down below. Excuse my sister, she is just all in the frame over here, just all in the frame. If you are new to my channel and you haven't seen my pregnancy journey, I do have a playlist called Pregnancy Journey. So go ahead and follow that journey. I will be starting a new journey, me getting my tubes tied. So make sure you guys subscribe and join me during that process. Love you guys.
You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for, and you're everything I need. You are so beautiful. This is why I love you.
Oh, I can't even talk.
They sure are a must until they informing everyone if you're familiar with Armenia's relationship with Turkey. You know, it's long been a contentious one.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.